All right, not practicing. Shaq Barrett, Ryan Jensen, Ronald Jones, Jason Pierre-Paul, Rashad Robinson, Justin Watson. And it'll be pretty much walk through tempo today and tomorrow. It's that time of year now, so it's more mental than it is physical.
Do you have an update on how Ronald Jones' ankle is?
He's in a boot. We'll wait and see if he can run before the week's out.
Bruce, we talked on Sunday and Monday, but there haven't been any transactions made with Antonio Brown yet. Can you say anything in terms of where things are?
It's management decision of what's happening right now.
And it's just a matter of how he's removed. There's no question that he's no longer with the team.
Right.
Do you have any idea if any of the guys that have been out when they might be able to come back this week? We've got so many of them. Well, we mentioned Keyshawn Vaughn, or I didn't mention him, but Leonard Fournette, saw him a little bit today. Levante David, Shaq, JPP.
Yeah, everybody's trending in the right direction. We'll wait and see as far as Levante, but he's moving in the right direction. All those guys for next week, and we'll worry about next week, but they're all trending in the right direction.
And then Keyshawn with the ribs?
He's fine.
If you needed, if Rojo wasn't back, would Darwin be the next option for you in terms of having a fourth running back up?
If we put a fourth one up, we may put somebody else up at a different position. We've went with three almost the entire season. So,
Coach, in regards to your wide receivers, can we expect to see even more Cyril this week?
More of who?
Even more Cyril?
Oh, I don't know if you can see any more of him. About 45 plays a game now. So, no, about the same snap count he's been doing, yeah.
With guys, Tyler Johnson, Rashad Perryman, and Cyril, they've had to step up a lot more in recent weeks. Is there anything that you've learned about those guys and watching them?
Nothing I didn't already know. I mean, we could really trust them and know them well and what they bring, and Byron's done a great job of putting them in position to be successful. So, no, we trust all those guys.
What about on that final drive of the game? Because, Tom wasn't looking to Gronk or Mike on those plays, right? He had to go where the ball told him to go. He went to those guys.
That's what Tom does best. Mm-hmm. And you start forcing it because of who's out there. You got to trust who's out there, and he trusts the guys that are out there on the field.
What did those guys show you, though, like Tyler and Cyril on that last
that
drive?
They're capable of winning games in critical situations.
Thank you.
Bruce, is there going to be any interest to look elsewhere to bring in a wide receiver? I know it's super late in the year.
No, we've got plenty of bodies of good players that have proven what they can do for us, and no, not at all.
Coach, how does it change game planning when you're facing a team that you just faced 2 weeks ago? I mean,
it's a little different. We did it last year with the Falcons, and it's happened before. So it's just we know them, they know us. That you still have to have wrinkles and different things from that game. But there's not like putting in a whole different game plan because who they are and you just played them. You do what you do best.
Coach, and going back and watching the tape from this past week defensively, what really jumped out to you? Because they gave up some uncharacteristic big plays.
Biggest thing was missed tackles early in the game and then getting out of our gaps trying to do too much.
Bruce, will there come a point in this game where you might just say, hey, we got a big enough lead, let's look to get some guys out of here?
I would hope that would happen, Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's happened 3 times this year, but the thing is who you take out because you can't take them all out. You only dress 47, so it's like you can't have all your second string go in because there ain't enough of them, So, yeah, it's a time like this guy's a little nicked up. Let's get him out of there. And, but I hope that would happen, but I don't anticipate it.
He's been inactive all season, but were there any thought to dressing a third quarterback and having Trask available for that end of game situation?
No, because you're taking away special teams players.
Bruce, do you remember when Cyril first stood out to you, maybe through the draft process or bringing him in? When was the first moment where you said this guy can kind of hang with us?
Well, last year he had some opportunities, and near the end of actually 2 years ago, near the end of the season, he started playing more and showed he had capable skills. He started catching the ball much, much better in the last year and a half and has worked so hard at it. So you saw the talent. He had a redeeming quality. He was fast and he was strong. That's a great start. And then start working on his hands and route running and all the things that come, the nuances of playing wide receiver. And you just saw him work at it so hard and get better. He was killing our scout team on the scout team. So I say, this guy can play.
Mike Evans, we saw him return to action in the game after that hamstring injury. How is he doing from a health standpoint? I know those are really, really tricky, and sometimes you got to be careful.
Yeah, Mike's fine. I mean, I thought we managed his snaps pretty good in that game, and probably played a bit more at the end than we wanted him to, but it was a necessity.
Bruce, would you hope or expect your tight ends to continue to be more available or used in the passing game? I mean, regardless of what happens at receiver, you've still got three guys who caught a lot.
Yeah, three really good ones, and so much of it's matchups, right. But I trust all those guys, and they've all got redeeming qualities. Cam's caught a bunch of balls. Gronk caught a ball. OJ hasn't, but he can, and it's just getting opportunities. He had the one good 11-yard gain 2 weeks ago, got called back, but trust him totally. Thanks, guys.